Southern Japan, magnitude 7.0 according to the U.S. Geological Survey. No word yet on the extent of the damage or the number of injuries right now. Just yesterday, as you know, we've been reporting another quake rocked that same area, killed at least 9 people, injured more than 800. Our Trace Gallagher is live on our West Coast News Hub. Now following this, Trace.
Harris, we know buildings are burning, being evacuated, trains and buses shut down, people are trapped and missing. This is a 7.0 earthquake. It comes just 24 hours. These, by the way, some of the first pictures coming into us, or the newest. 24 hours after a 6.2 earthquake struck the very same region near Kyushu. That's in the southwestern part of Japan's main islands. The quakes almost were on top of each other, and now it appears yesterday's quake may very well have been a foreshock of today's quake. Felt over such a wide area, but it also means there is less earth to absorb all the shock waves. I mean, picture the effects of an earthquake like when you make a bed and you shake out the bed sheet. Well, that same ripple effect is actually happening in the land. Clearly, first responders are just now starting to arrive at the hardest hit areas, but the U.S. Geological Survey says we can expect this to be a significant disaster and that Japan may need national and international response. This, by the way, the biggest quake to hit Japan since 2011, when the country was hit by that massive tsunami that killed tens of thousands. For today's quake, the tsunami warning has been canceled, but there could be dozens, if not thousands, of aftershocks in the coming hours and days. Still no word on damages or casualties, but as we get more, Harris, we will let you know.
Idea of how active it is. You talk about that earthquake traced back in 2011. I mean, it happens there with a lot of regularity. A couple things I want to hit with
the map. You had one quake, which was a strike-slip quake, meaning the earth just did this instead of this like it normally does. Well, that means that, you know, the area is still very volatile, and you could have major aftershocks in the coming hours and days. So
it is a frantic scramble right now to rescue people trapped in the rubble after a pair of earthquakes.
Thousands of Japanese army troops and other rescuers are in a race against time, trying to save lives in the midst of terrifying aftershocks, burning buildings. All of this with the threat of bad weather moving in.
Yeah, and look at this aerial video. This is a famous castle perched on a high wall, and that wall is collapsing beneath it. The damage is mind-boggling in the country right now. The death toll rising, even though officials admit they don't even really yet know how many people have been killed or injured.
And ABC's Juhi Cho is right there in the middle of it, reporting in now from Kumamoto, Japan. Juhi, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula and Dan. We're at a shelter near the epicenter where residents here are bracing for more aftershocks. Already over 200 fell so far in the wake of the deadly pair of earthquakes that jolted one of the nation's most populated islands. Death toll still rising and the injured streaming into hospitals. Before residents could recover, it happened again. Japan rocked by another earthquake Saturday morning. The quake devastating the region. Landslides swallowing roads and buildings. Look at how this highway crumbled. The ground beneath this historic castle collapsed. This bridge snapped in half. And transportation at a standstill, the airport damaged and trains derailed. This region rocked first by a 6.2 magnitude Thursday night before Saturday's 7.3 level quake.
Stay in a safe place until the tremor stops.
Scenes of chaos and devastation with broken glass scattered, concrete crushing cars, and firefighters battled blazes of burning structures.
20% of all medium to large-scale earthquakes on the Earth take place in Japan. And that's because Japan sits on the juncture of 3 earthquake faults.
Nearly 70,000 have fled their homes. Emergency crews evacuating patients from this hospital, fearing it could collapse. A race against time for rescuers searching for the hundreds reportedly trapped underneath the debris, tirelessly combing through leveled buildings, including this college dormitory with students stuck inside. And a light of hope in the destruction, crews miraculously saving this baby girl buried beneath the rubble.